Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals! And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring the LEGO Custom Extinct Bricks exclusives, Ostafrikasaurus. But before we head on with this video, I'd like to say thanks to youtube.com audio library for this awesome background music. Please also like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. To be able to support my channel, please do not skip on all the ads on all my videos. You may also like to follow me on all my social media platforms. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LYKA. There I'll be posting some of my exclusive photos and video clips as well. So I'll see you there, everyone! The guest PC contest winners will be announced later. So without further ado, let's move on with the video. And let's start with the making of the Ostafrikasaurus. So the usual process actually follows with, of course, kit bashing, sculpting, and of course, base priming the figure. And now we're looking for a good reference for this one, and I think LYKA Paleo Art actually did a really good impression on this one with this, brown colors as well as blackish color on the back of the Ostafrikasaurus. So we're doing that for this particular figure now. So the underbelly of this figure is actually a mixture of white, a little bit of yellow, ochre, and just a hint of brown. So using this particular color, we will be painting, of course, the lower jaw, the lower parts of the neck, the underbelly, as well as some parts of the tail as well. So the tail would actually have for the tip of the tail will have just one color, and then the rest would be a two-tone. The second primary color would be this brownish color. So what I did was, from the color yellow or the lighter color that I used for the underbelly, I mixed in a little bit of brown, some more brown, and also add in some black so that it will have that grayish color as well. So I just applied this on the entire back, the upper portions of the head, as well as the legs and the arms as well. So once that color is actually dried, I used a burnt sienna color to apply on certain highlighted areas in the face of this particular dinosaur, which is the Ostafrikasaurus. Now, LYKA Paleo Art actually used a black color for his Ostafrikasaurus, but this time I wanted it to have a little bit more, variation in the color. So I mixed this blue, black, and a little bit of brown to come up with this particular color. So I will be applying this of course, the sail part of this dinosaur on some parts of the back, the upper parts of the neck, as well as some parts of the tail as well. Now, there are certain parts of the arms as well as the legs that actually has the same scales as that of the back of this Ostafrikasaurus. So, we're creating that particular illusion such by including several, speckles on the arms as well as the thighs and the legs for this creature. So after that one, I will be adding several highlights on the face of this creature. It is actually looking like similar to a cheetah, wherein it has this lighter and darker colors of fur going down its snout. So we're doing that for this creature as well. So aside from that particular stripe on the face of this Ostafrikasaurus, we're also adding several more highlights of the same color on the cheekbones of this dinosaur. Of course, certain details has to be added to the sail as well as the back of the Ostafrikasaurus. So I mixed in a little baby blue color for this one by mixing the same color that I had on the back and then adding some white. So this particular color will go through all the scaling details on the back as well as the small sail of this creature. In Nocta Art's depiction of the Ostafrikasaurus, it has this red stripe going down its neck. So I think it's a really good idea. So I'm also putting that in here. So this is just pure red that I'm using, a scarlet red, and then creating a clean line from the base of the neck going towards the tip, or at least the base of the head. Okay, so several details have been added to this one, such as scales on the legs, eyes as well, and then I'll also color the insides of the mouth and the teeth. So that's it for the making of Ostafrikasaurus. I hope you guys like it. Let's now move on with the announcement of the Guess the Species contest winner. And here are the lucky picks: Ratska, Organic Tiger, Angel G, Xenomorph 636, Andromeus, Sakea's Adventures, Rex99, Dinosaurus, Emir Biscara, and Timo Mato. Congratulations everyone, and now for our top 10 winners.
Top 10.
Lakshita Malikarachi, Mr. T-Rex,
Top 8.
Pudgeon Vermeulen,
Top 7.
Block G Use Vistaka,
Top 6.
Priscilla,
Top 5.
Givy Shiwaza,
Top 4.
Yaroslav Novokatsky,
Top 3.
Dilophosaurus VR,
Top 2.
Mimic Production, and
Top 4.
MR. Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you on the next Guess the Species contest. For those of you who'd like to join this contest, Here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And in the homepage, just click on that community link and it will lead you to all my posts. I'll see you there! I know you guys are probably expecting that one, but yeah, surprise guys! Well, let's move on with one of my favorite portions of this video, the assemblies. You can do it and let's vault in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 parts to it. So let's start with the head. Let's connect the lower jaw. Alright, let's connect this one to the neck. Then let's connect this to the body. Of course, let's connect the arms. Let's start with the right. And then with the left one. Off with the legs. The left and then the right one. Now there are two parts of the tail, so let's attach the first one. And then of course the tip. And the last part of this assemblix would be the small sail of the Ostafrikasaurus. And there you have it. Well, it's time for us to move on with the closer look. And for this closer look, we're being joined by EB and the GCL here, and they're actually watching the Ostafrikasaurus in its enclosure eating some fish. As we all know, most Spinosaurus are actually piscivorous, and this is no exception. This is actually based off from the paleo art by Nocte Paleo Art. I think he did a really good rendition of the Ostafrikasaurus, and that is why we're doing it here. EB and the GCL here are really excited for this one because they're actually fans of all things Spinosaurids. But they will be back later for some size comparisons. And for now, let's do the closer look of this Ostafrikasaurus. Now, the Ostafrikasaurus, as you can see here, is, a medium or a smaller size Spinosaurid. This is almost the same size as that of my Irritator, and it really has several, features that is at least missing in that particular custom of mine. One of which would be, of course, a detachable sail, which you will be seeing later. So I kept the detailed painting on this particular figure because I want it to be simple and still be, in line with the current Spinosaurid designs that I actually have. The typical body structure that I have for most of my Spinosaurids would of course be that long neck and this elongated body with shortened hind limbs. And thus, it gives it that, crocodilian style of habitats for this particular creature. Okay, so let's move on with some of the articulation on the Ostafrikasaurus. This one can actually open and close its mouth like so. And you can twist its head. The neck can also move as far as down like this one. And can also be placed up as well. So it's as if it's either eating fish or fishing on a river or looking up on the sky or, doing something else, I guess. The legs and the arms of the Ostafrikasaurus, of course, can move, and you can also twist its tail like so, in many different directions. One distinguishing feature of this particular custom of mine from that of the former Irritator that I have would be its ability to be, to remove the sail on its back, like so. But you can also replace it. And that's it for the closer look on the Ostafrikasaurus. I enjoyed doing this particular project of mine. Well, let's move on with the size comparisons. Wherein we actually compare the size of the minifigure with that of the actual human comparisons, as well as other creatures that I have so far. And so for this piece, I'm bringing back the GCL. You can see here by comparison and by eyeballing that the GCL is technically, shorter than that of the Ostafrikasaurus. And comparing this with the actual size, when in comparison with the human, you can see here that it's actually almost the same, size and proportion as well. Alright, so let's now move on with other creatures that I have in comparison. And let's start with other Spinosaurids. The first one that I'll be showing you would be the Extinct Brix Irritator. Now, the Extinct Brix Irritator here is technically also a smaller Spinosaurid, and I guess they are both of the same size here. The only difference would be, of course, the particular head shape of the Irritator, as well as the larger sail on its back. Comparing both figures side by side and also from a top view, you can see that both will have the same size, the same length as well. If you haven't seen the video on the Irritator, you may want to, take a look at the playlist that I have for Extinct Brix and take a look at it. It's a cool video as well. Well, let's move on with the next comparison that we have. This is the Extinct Brix Ichthyovenator. Now, this colorful creature actually is using the base of the Indoraptor and also some parts of the Baryonyx as well. I did made several modifications to it, such as articulation changes, and of course distinguishing features such as that of the sail. I also shortened the legs and that particular paddle-shaped tail as well. So comparing the sizes between the Ostafrikasaurus here, it's definitely bigger. Well, let's move on to the Extinct Brix Baryonyx. Now, this Baryonyx of mine is actually based off from the Jurassic World website Baryonyx, which actually sports a yellowish tone to it and with several, distinguishing features such as quills on the head, as that of the arms as well. So those are actually added in this particular custom of mine. You can see here that the colors are also very distinguishing of that particular Baryonyx. In terms of size comparisons, you can see that the Baryonyx here is definitely bigger than that of the Ostafrikasaurus. Well, let's move on to the next one, a little bigger than that of the Baryonyx. This is the Extinct Brix Suchomimus. Now, similar to the Baryonyx, this particular dinosaur is also based off from the Jurassic World website Suchomimus, but can also be compared also to the Jurassic World Evolution Baryonyx, which also has the same coloration as well. Now, the head of the Baryonyx, or the Suchomimus, will definitely be changed with elongated snout, and of course the size is adjusted accordingly to be bigger than that of the Baryonyx and also bigger than the Ostafrikasaurus as well. Well, let's move on to the next one. This is the biggest of the Spinosaurus creatures that we have, the Extinct Brix Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. Now, you may also know that I have also a Spinosaurus rendition from 2020, but I think for this particular size comparisons, I'm just bringing out the Spinosaurus here from Jurassic Park 3. Now, definitely, this Spinosaurus will have, certain characteristics to it, such as long serrated, or long conical teeth with a long snout, and this round sail to it. It has long legs and a long tail as well. The body is heavy set for this particular theropod, and comparing it with the Ostafrikasaurus here, definitely the Spinosaurus will dwarf the Ostafrikasaurus. And that's it for the size comparisons. Say bye-bye, Mr. Spinosaurus. Let's now move on with the species roll call. But before we move on with the species roll call, I'd like you guys to, comment down below what other Spinosaurus species you'd like to see next on Extinct Bricks. I like reading all your comments and your suggestions as well, so head on down below and comment away. Other than Spinosaurids, I think there's an array of theropods you'd like to me to do, so comment on ahead. I'd like to see your comments and read them. The GCL here would also like to remind everyone, and of course EB here would like to remind everyone that all of the species that you see here is present in the Extinct Bricks playlist. I have actually included also the links to all of the creatures down below. Well, let's now begin with the species roll call. Right, let's start with the biggest one here. This is the Spinosaurus Jurassic Part 3. We also have here the Extinct Bricks Suchomimus Jurassic World. We also have the Extinct Bricks Jurassic World website Baryonyx. We have here the Extinct Bricks Ethiobenator. This is the Extinct Bricks Irritator. And of course, to start the show here, our Extinct Bricks Ostafrikasaurus. And that ends the size comparisons on the Ostafrikasaurus. It's now time for us to have the last looks on the Ostafrikasaurus. The name Ostafrikasaurus actually came from the words from the German colony and Greek words Ostafrika meaning East Africa and Saurus meaning lizard. Thus it is also known as the East African lizard. It lived in the late Jurassic period around 152 to 145 million years ago and is part of the Theropoda family. It can grow to a length of 28 feet, a weight of 1,150 kilograms, and a height of 6.9 feet. EB and the GCL here is enjoying the view from a distance that is safe. Well, that's it for our video on the Ostafrikasaurus. I hope you guys like it. I enjoyed making this video. Well, also please don't forget to support the channel of our babies, The Adventures of Moira and Asher. Please watch their videos and support their channel as well by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brick roar! Thanks everyone!